Yeah, this track smoothing would have been a lot better if Rockstar had made it wider. Now it's pretty good with drift cars because this stuff will actually send you into a drift, guys. Watch when we do it in a supercar. See how it's a little bumpy. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be just a little bit wider, Rockstar. Maybe add to it in the future. Pretty good idea, but it would have been better if the track smooth pieces would have just been wider because of how thin they are. They got that little bump to them, and they're not really too good for like cars like this. Watch when we get hauling ass around this corner, it'll send it into a spin. See, just because it's got that bump in it, that little bump, it'll just send it into a spin. Now these work pretty good with drift cars though. If you use the drift cars, it actually kind of sends you into a drift, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. You can actually use it to make the car drift a little bit more. Yes, it just gives it a little bit more oomph when you come around that corner in these little drift cars. And it's just because this track smoothing is so narrow, it just has a hump in it. So if you're wanting to do your track smoothing, guys, in like a supercar race or stunt race like that, you probably still want to use like stunt blocks or things like that, something that actually have a wide base to them, because this stuff actually makes going over the curb seem better than going over a nice smooth flat surface. Yeah, see, I even tried to make it to where it sank into the ground a little bit, because the higher they are up, guys, the worse the bump is in them, you know what I'm saying? So like, you really got to get them down low. Cut in like that might work pretty well, but it's still just going to create a little bump in the road instead of a nice smooth corner, you know what I mean? Supercars, it'll launch them when they hit this. But drift cars work pretty good around them. It's pretty funny. It'll actually send the car a little more when you hit them because it's got that little bump in it. But track smoothing needs some work, Rockstar. You just need to make the base twice as wide as this, and not as steep. Make the curve not as steep. Just make it wider, but still has to have that little curve in it. But this right here is just too extreme. You can feel the bump. You want to make it to where you can't feel the bump, and to do that, you just make this a little wider with a slight curve to it. How you got it here. I mean, looks cool, looks smooth, you know what I mean? But it's not smooth, you know what I'm saying?